D.A.M. in time. Wake up, it's D.A.M. in time. D.A.M. in time. Truth in the booth and the whole chat. I walk in with the facts, no fluff in the bag. Hot coffee, cold truth, let me raise that flag. They came for the jokes, but they stayed for the lesson. I turn headlines into business confessions. I don't do fake, I don't tap dance nice. I say what I said, then I say it twice. If the world gone crazy, I'm the morning alarm. With a mic in my hand and some smoke in my palm. Say D.A.M.N. D.A.M.N. Say it one more time. D.A.M.N. If the truth hit hard, let it ride. If the show got value, put some love inside. It's D.A.M.N. Everybody say it. D.A.M.N. Don't just replay it. D.A.M.N. We live in the chat. If the facts hit home, go and tap that tap. D.A.M.N. Hands in the sky, wake up, get smart, let the nonsense die. Tap that tap, drop that love. Shack going crazy when that truth show up. Tap that tap, drop that love. D.A.M.N. and I'm on it now, turn me up.
Yeah, buddy. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to Dave Anderson Morning News. I am so happy to see you. Happy Monday. It is a real happy Monday. Well, at least for some of us. I'm sorry, this light is bothering me. Yeah, much better. Trying to make sure I make it nice and easy and smooth for you. Hope you are doing well. I am, of course, Dave Anderson. Welcome to the show. I see my boy Al B. Chill is in the building. What up, Big Al? I see Sugar Shane's in the building. Says walks in quietly and takes a seat. Yes, I wish there were other people in this world who were taking a seat, and I want to start with this because to me, it's just wild. And listen, I'm gonna be really honest with you. And when I say this, I don't want you to feel like I'm coming at anybody, but no, I do want you to feel like I'm coming at somebody because I really am. I'm really sick of nonsensical BS out here cosplaying as truth. So I just don't know what America's doing anymore. But I do know this. If in fact your country needs a Supreme Court ruling, a BET tribute, and a Daily Wire action movie just to explain the weekend, we're not in a news cycle anymore. We are literally in season 7 of a show where writers should have ended it 3 years ago. Today, we are getting into absolutely everything, including the Supreme Court clearing the way for the Trump administration to end TPS protections for the Haitians and the Syrians. We're going to talk about what that means legally, politically, economically, specifically for Black America, because somehow everybody remembers Black people when they need votes, protest hashtags, and the moral cover. But when it's labor markets, wages, schools, housing, and public services, suddenly everybody gets amnesia. Everybody gets spiritually constipated. I don't know why, but that's what it is. Also, we're talking about John Solomon's reporting on the Treasury Department warning nonprofits that free ride may be over. And I've been saying this for years. Not every nonprofit is a charity. Some of them are just political money laundromats with tote bags and trauma language. I'm just going to keep it a buck. A lot of these are, including some that are financed by the government, allegedly, supposedly, if you can look up the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. But of course, it wouldn't be a DAMN show without me having a little bit of fun. So we're going to talk about Miss Lauryn Hill getting her flowers at the BET Awards. And I'm going to keep it a buck. Finally, properly, publicly. And yes, I know you're waiting for me to say something like whether or not the tribute started on time, but I'm going to be mature today for the next 12 seconds. Also, we have Jonathan Majors starring in a Daily Wire action movie where radical terrorists take over a college encampment and America has to be saved by red-blooded students, a security guard, and a Delta Force vet. Oh, yes. That's not a movie. That's what happens when Fox News, TikTok comments, and a Monster Energy drink have a baby. Let's just keep it a buck here. So let's get into it. And we can't get into it until we have, ladies and gentlemen, This Week in Tethers. Oh, your boy's upset. Your boy is upset. Sugar Shane said, Dave, you want to borrow my belt to whoop that? Listen, it is BTA out here. It really is. But it's This Week in Tethers. And of course, we got leather for the tethers today. Now, a lot of folks are getting really upset behind this whole immigration conversation that nobody wants to have. And honestly, the Supreme Court has cleared the way for the Trump administration to do exactly what they said they were going to do, end temporary protected status protections for Haitians and Syrians. So it's not just a black thing, it's also a white thing. But now TPS stands for temporary protected status. The key word there is temporary. Now, this is where America gets messy, because temporary in Washington can be 6 months, 16 years, or until the political class has milked every little bit of ounce of emotion and confusion out of the issue. TPS was, in fact, designed for people whose home countries were unsafe because of war, aka all countries, disaster, instability, major crisis conditions. Haiti after the earthquake, Syria after civil war. These are real human tragedies. Let's not act like we're talking about luggage that got left at the airport. I know my audience is more mature than that. Families, workers, church members, parents, kids. All right. But here's the other truth. A country cannot run immigration policy purely on emotion, because when leaders say compassion, somebody has to ask, compassion funded by whom? Managed by whom, and at whose expense? And this is where foundational Black Americans need to stop letting people borrow our pain to finance their politics. Because every time immigration comes up, we're told to pick one of two fake positions. We're going to keep it a buck today. Either you support every immigration expansion with no questions asked, or you hate immigrants. No, it's lazy and it's childish. But I'm going to tell you this, the tethers are tethering. And I'm not about to do political coloring book logic. I'll be chill. You better think a YouTube member said, Trump gave them away. Tether. You can see what they're talking about. Hilarious. I hate you so much right now. But you can care about Haitian people and still ask what happens to housing availability when you have a bunch of tethers and illegals over here doing what they need to do. You can care about Syrian families and ask what still happens to public services. You can care about refugees and still ask, why are working class foundational Black Americans always told to sacrifice first and never benefit? They didn't even benefit last. It's never benefit. You can believe in border enforcement without pretending that every immigrant is some type of illegal supervillain. You can believe in compassion without the United States turning into badly managed profits with nukes. That's how grown-ups have conversations. And ladies and gentlemen, grown-up conversations are rare now because most people do not want truth. They want tribal permission slips. And the legal issue here is also important. The court essentially said that these TPS decisions belong largely to the executive branch and not something that courts can easily second guess. Period, point blank. Translation, elections matter. Agencies matter, statutes matter, and who controls the executive branch matters. Again. So when people say, well, how did this happen? The answer is simple, because politics is not a vibes department. It's power. It's appointment. Hey, here's one for you. It's the law and it's enforcement. It is who gets to make the decision after the speeches are over. And Black folks especially need to hear this. Stop treating politics like a daggone church anniversary program where everybody gets a plaque for just participating. That's why I made a song called Pack 'em Up, Get 'em Out of Here. Round them up? No, law them up. Check the books, then stall them up. I'm done. Because this is not what needs to happen here. Power is not applause. Power is not Quavo. Power is not somebody washing greens in the bathtub and badly quoting Migos lyrics. Power, I know y'all hate this word, is policy. And to that point, we have, the biggest tether mouth on the internet today. Old Bottom Face having something to say. So we're going to watch what Bottom Face says, and then we are going to react. Let's roll that beautiful beam footage.
Adulterated racism. And what we have to deal with here, Michael and Nicole, is that when these ADOS FBA people, when they spout language, the anti-immigration language, even anti-Black immigration language, they sound just like Tom Emmer. They sound just like Stephen Miller. They sound just like Donald Trump.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Is this our fault? Did foundational Black Americans write the immigration policy? I'm trying to understand. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Roland's Haitian. Tear the mouth. You can hear when he talks it out. Move them jowls, talk for the crowd. Try to blend in, but his hairline's out. Tear the mouth. I'm so sick of this, man. What are we talking about here? How is it that foundational Black Americans are getting blamed for the fact that y'all don't know how to handle your business, or, I don't know, get yourself a path to citizenship? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this mealy mouth, bald-headed, big double biscuit eating coon finish his thought process. Then I'm going to finish him. Let's go.
They literally, Michael, are speaking for white nationalists.
Absolutely. It's white supremacy through ventriloquism. That's what it is.
Adulterated.
It absolutely is right. But where you find this milk toast Sean King wannabe? As if we ain't got enough high yellow, brown skin wannabe type. Look at this whole panel. Is there anybody foundational on that panel? You got old boy looking like he from Easter Island, look like him and look like Easter Island and Big E from WWE had a baby. I can't tell what this is, but she damn sure ain't foundational. And this mealy mouth, light skin, receding hairline, I'm gonna take it down to a 1 guard so don't nobody notice that I'm losing my hairline, unlike Roland. That's exactly what they sound like. You know what you sound like? A yep. A yep. If you don't sit your mealy mouth ass down someplace. Oh no. Sugar Shane said, don't go bean footage. The dog died a few years ago. Talking about Duke from Bush's Baked Beans. I didn't know Duke died. No, damn. R.I.P. to Duke. Duke was about that life. I don't really understand that. Sugar Shane said, you only a coon when you got 2 black eyes. We can help him out with that. But my question today, and I want to be super clear on this, right? My question today isn't should TPS end? The better question is, why does America keep creating temporary programs that become permanent emotional hostage situations because Congress refuses to do its job? That's a real problem. Congress punts, presidents improvise, courts get blamed, voters get confused, media starts screaming, and everybody logs in and pretends like they're constitutional scholars all the time. You see, and you sound like the white supremacist, and you sound just like Donald Trump, and you sound just like a Whataburger, and you sound just like a Popeyes, and you sound like a hot and ready. I'm sorry, I was looking at Roland's lunch demands. My bad. I'm trying to get myself to understand how any of this works, all because they done watched 3 reels and own a ring light. I'm about sick of it. Now, let me be clear, because people love to misquote grown folks like me. This is not a Black immigrants versus foundational Black Americans conversation. That's too small. This is who gets represented when policy gets made conversation. Because whenever there is a crisis, Black America is expected to provide the moral labor. We supposed to do the heavy lifting. We're expected to be sympathetic. We're expected to tune up the band and start, we ain't gonna let nobody turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. I ain't marching, voting, or singing for somebody that didn't put in on this country. And these folks are getting so emboldened, whereas though they start saying things like, we built this country. Huh? How are you so bold that you can say something like that when the truth of the matter is, if you're so good at building, how come you ain't rebuild after the earthquake? I want to know I want to know what your tether mouth say. Like, we're going to have this conversation today. Hold on, because I got some more beautiful bean footage. I want y'all to see what I'm talking about so that y'all can get the reference. And make sure if you got a comment that you want featured, y'all go ahead and hit that super chat button, because we're going to have this out today. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Let's go. Let's roll it.
This is the time for all of us to raise our voices and to say this country is also our country, is also the country of our immigrants, because we are the one who built it. This is the time.
Who built what? What you done built? We talk about caucasity, but tetherdacity is at threat level orange. I'll be just a hairline faded away. Mr. Watson says white supremacy can't be the answer for everything. It will be. Hold on. Let's see here. Miker 3583 says, question, I'm just having this pop up on my feed, and my problem I have with individuals like you is that what's your topic about? Because all I'm hearing you is just talking about well, let's talk about you, Miker. Why don't you do this? Since you're brand new here. This is called Dave Anderson Morning News. I'm Dave Anderson, right? So you can bring your Millie mouth up here and you can have a conversation. But I talk about a myriad of topics. So if you'd like, you can feel free to pop on up. Mods, give him 3 minutes. Let's see if he wants to come up here. Let's just cam on my feed, and it seems like you're talking about people. Don't Roland Martin talk about people? Doesn't Rachel Maddow talk about people? Don't Fox News talk about people? Isn't the news made up of people talking about people? I'm trying to understand. What are we talking about here? This is the nonsense. Al says, sounds like a hot and ready. Sounds like a hot and ready. Sounds like a golden corral. Sounds like a number 3 with a biscuit. Like, it kills me how folks got so much to say, but they don't never want to pop up here when it's time to talk. What exactly did these folks build? We're expected to march. We're expected to vote. We're expected to forgive. We're expected to understand everybody else's struggle. But when Black Americans say, what about our wages? What about our schools? What about our neighborhoods? What about our home ownership? What about our small businesses that don't get any help from the SBA? What about our children? All of a sudden, somebody act like we committed a hate crime for asking for a receipt. No boo-boo cakes. That is not hate. That's what you call damn good accounting. And a people that refuse to account for its own interests will always be managed by people who account for theirs. And that's why I keep telling y'all, Black empowerment cannot be emotional. It has to be structural. And I know y'all hate that. Charles McNorton with a really good comment. I know you didn't super chat, but I saw it and I think it was a good comment. He said, the issue for race hustlers is the utter lack of accountability. 100%. 100%. Miss Benita said the lie that keeps on giving them reason to look away from history. They only built the bank accounts of the companies that exploited them. That part. Zip, zip, zoom, zoom said he obviously don't know who Dave Anderson is or watch the channel. Obviously not. But it's okay. I'm in a place right now where I'm giving everybody an education and a straightening, because you're not coming up in here acting a fool. Still motions make you cry sometimes. So, you know, that's where I am with it, you know. So I want to be able to, you know, have that conversation and really get it popping. But a lot of times we can't have that conversation because people want to sit up here and be show emotional, but they ain't got no type of infrastructure when it comes to moving and getting an actual point across. They just want to sit up here and act all extra, and I ain't really here for it. Period, point blank. I'm here for making moves, not faking moves. And if that's a problem for you, I don't know what to tell you. You know, because my whole thing is the same way you walked your ass up in here is the same way you can walk your ass right on out. And I don't understand why people just can't take advantage of that. Like, because to me, that's the easiest thing to do. So let's take a look at this real quick, because I think you guys are really going to understand how crazy this is. We're going to have this conversation about what Comcast is doing. See, a lot of times you got to watch out for the okie doke and how it affects everything. So let's get this popping real quick. Again, keep the super chats going. But my question is, why does America keep creating temporary programs that become personal and emotional hostage situations? I don't get it. Like, how does that keep happening? Because I'm really tired of the fake activism. What about the children? Which children? Whose children? Because the children in the brochure and the children in the budget ain't exactly the same kids. And that matters a lot, because working class communities, including Black communities, are used as marketing material for money they never actually see. And that, to me, is a problem. Somebody gets a grant to serve underserved communities, and the underserved community remains underserved, but the consultant gets served, the executive director gets served, the political partner gets served, the media strategist gets served, the community gets a PDF and a commemorative tote bag, and everybody else gets some money. That's not justice, it's branding. So yeah, investigate profits, investigate the left, investigate the right, investigate absolutely everybody. Because if you are using poverty, race, children, immigrants, veterans, or trauma to raise money and build influence, Dr. Umar, while the people you claim to serve are suffering, you're not an advocate, you're a professional emotional pickpocket. Period, point blank. So I want y'all to see this, because this in and of itself is wild. It's absolutely wild. So here we go. I want y'all to peep this, and I'm gonna pull it up for you. And I want to get your instant reaction. Don't forget to hit the super chats as we rock and roll and put this thing up so that y'all can get it. And here we go.
They're starting to understand that the nonprofit world we created for charity has gone awry a little bit. We got people defrauding the government, people impeding the government, people spreading anti-Americanism and foreign propaganda.
And John, the main thing I want to begin by emphasizing is nonprofit status is a privilege. It is a privilege, right. The right to be exempt from paying taxes, from being able to take donations that are tax deductible, and have private citizens apply that against our taxes is a privilege. And we believe that there are many organizations who are violating this privilege. We are starting to investigate how some of these organizations are taking advantage of the system, whether they should have their status revoked, and whether the directors and trustees should be held accountable.
That's important.
I'm here for it. Here's the thing. A lot of people hiding behind nonprofits and ain't doing nothing to help anybody. Now I want to show you something that's really going to make your brain fry. Because this is what no one wants to talk about, because everybody feels like everything is just so benevolent and everybody's just doing their part. Yeah. I love Charity Watch. So when you look at Selwyn Vickers, who's the CEO of the Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, $6.9 million. Robert Stone, City of Hope, $5.4 million. The American Heart Association CEO Nancy Brown making $4.56 million a year. John McCabe from the Shriners Hospital, $4 million and some change. Michael Salem, the president of the National Jewish Health Alliance, $3.9 million. Jeffrey Drebin, Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, who is the chairman attending. That means all he does is show up at the meetings. 2.9. Babak Mahara, who's the chief attending. That's a physician. These are physicians. 2.9. The Dana-Farber Cancer Institute's president, Dr. Laura Glimcher, 2.4. Annette Walker, the president of the OC Cancer Center of City of Hope, 2.3 million. James L. Clark, the Boys and Girls Clubs of America national president CEO, makes $2.298 million a year. Man, if you don't go on someplace, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about? So when people start using these 501c3s, it becomes an entire mess. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? We got to have a real conversation as to what that looks like. And my whole thing is, if you're not being transparent, then what is we talking about? Like, what are we really talking about? Because if we're not doing that, then what are we doing at all? So I'm really curious to understand what your thought process is on the stance of these nonprofit. Sugar Shane said, I want 2.8 million a year. Call that. Thank you. Yeah, hallelujah. $2.8 million a year for doing next to nothing, respectfully. Next to nothing. But you know, when you say that, people get mad at you. I don't really care if you get mad. I'm of the mind that like we're at a place where we should really be having a conversation about what's going on. And speaking of things that are going on, y'all about to get real. I don't know if you're going to get mad or not. I don't really know what your take on this is going to be. But I'm going to need y'all to hit them likes. I would appreciate the super chats if you're enjoying this. But there is a brand new movie starring Jonathan Majors. Yes, you heard that correctly. Uh-oh. Let me before I get to there, it looks like Sugar Shane wants to come in and say something. What's up, buddy?
Same poop, different scoop. You know the deal.
I do. What's happening, my man? What's on your mind?
Nothing. I want to talk about you people. Yeah, I said it. You people. I'm talking about you people that want everything for free. Everything handed to them. Everything for nothing. And you guarantee the government's going to support you. I don't agree with that. What's your thoughts on that?
Who is
it? Looks tasty though. What do you eat? You got some chippies?
This is cheese Danish. Who is you people?
The people that want everything for free, working off the government. I'm gonna reverse psychology of that one. I'm gonna go back on you. So I'm gonna double role play that one.
Oh, okay. Cool. Because the people who are most benefiting on the government are white women.
Yes. Karen
issues with white women?
Yeah.
Okay.
Karen with the blue hair who's going out and protesting for no goddamn reason. You know. Yeah, I can't stand those people. That embarrasses my culture as a. Do I have to say Caucasian or can I say white anymore? You can't even say anything anymore. You know, and I don't
know the protocol.
I know it's ridiculous. Like I've been like I do stand-up comedy, you know that, but and I still work side jobs and stuff like that. They give me pronouns on the application. I fuck with them really good. I put some weird shit on it, and they gotta call me by it. If I go by a pronoun, you give me an option, I'm gonna take advantage of it because I think that's ridiculous too. So I put the weirdest crap on this pronoun, and they're gonna learn eventually. But man, can we just go back to regular civilization? I mean, that's all I'm asking for. I can't hear you.
Yeah, no, I'm not mad at you, bro. I'm not mad at you at all for that, brother. I appreciate you stopping by. I'm gonna finish the show, but thanks so much for being here, bro. My man. Yeah. So, party people, I want y'all. Do y'all know Jonathan Majors has a brand new movie coming out? Yeah, the Daily Wire has a new action movie called Run, Hide, Fight, Infidels. And the plot sounds like somebody fed campus protest footage, 9/11 clips, Ben Shapiro monologues, and 1980s action movie in the AI and said, make it subtle. And the AI said, absolutely not. The story reportedly involves radical Islamic terrorists hijacking a liberal college and pro-Palestine encampment, enforcing Sharia law, executing infidels, and then a Delta Force veteran has to save the day. So Jonathan Majors is starring in this. So I want you to take a look at this trailer with me, because I haven't seen the trailer yet either. So I'm trying to see where is this? Oh, can y'all stop with these damn pop-ups? Hold tight. Oh, where's the damn trailer? Is this it? Nope, that's a picture. Hold on. Let me see here if I can find the trailer for y'all real quick. Hold tight. Here we go. Let's see here. Hold on, y'all. Yeah. All right. So I think I found the trailer. I think this is pretty much, I think this is it. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for right now. Run, hide, fight. Bear with me, y'all, because found it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna watch this in real time. I'm gonna react in real time. Again, I don't know if I should say parental advisory suggested or not, because I ain't seen this trailer either. So let's get it. Is that Carlton? I look like Carlton. Between the hairline and the tether mouth, I'm pretty sure. What did you just say? Nope, I can't. You say that was Joy Reid. Jesus Christ. That's horrible. Hold on. Here we go. So I hold on. Okay, I think this is it. That was the original movie. This one is the sequel. So apparently Jonathan Majors is starting in a sequel. Enigma said that Carlton got the most recognizable hairline in Hollywood. I hate you people. I hate y'all with a passion. Let's go.
Warning in Northern Virginia.
Radical Islam has designs openly on the West.
The FBI thwarted a terror plot on New Year's Eve. Violent attack over the Halloween weekend in Michigan.
Protests on college campuses showing no signs of stopping.
So no, Sugar Shay. No, this is you're being very white right now. It's okay. Rise of Crusaders and Force the Infidels. So I guess that's what they call a teaser trailer. Not particularly what I would have looked for, but this is fascinating for a few reasons. First, it shows you that Hollywood alternatives are real now. The Daily Wire understands something that Hollywood had ignored for years. There's an audience that feels mocked, dismissed, and culturally abandoned by mainstream entertainment. Wait a minute. I had a mentor who told me, David, success and failure leave clues. Pay attention. I'm not even going to sit. First of all, I ain't got nothing against Ben Shapiro. I don't know the man. I've never met the man. Okay. Having said that, I'm a big believer that you should control your own narrative when Hollywood won't. I have been one of the very few people who has come from a Hollywood background and said, look, this is what I don't like. These are the things that need changing. And I am going to have a very big announcement in a couple of days. But before I get to all of that, that audience, whether you like it or not, whether you're that audience or not, that audience wants heroes. It wants moral clarity. It wants somebody to punch the villain dead in its mouth without stopping halfway to apologize to a committee or go on an apology tour after they punch somebody in the mouth. But here's the problem. When art becomes too politically thirsty, it stops being art and starts being a bad campaign ad with ring light lighting. I'm going to just keep it there. I'm trying to be nice. And that happens on both sides. On both sides. So the left makes movies where every villain is a Republican with cheekbones. The right makes movies where every villain sounds like a cable news chyron with a passport. Everybody's making content for applause instead of for truth. And that's why a lot of this entertainment nowadays feels dead, because it's not storytelling at all. It's tribal affirmation with some popcorn and some Sour Patch Kids, and if you're me, probably some Raisinets. So my question is not necessarily, will this movie offend people? Of course it will. That's half the marketing plan. And let me break down the marketing for those of you who just don't understand how my brain works. First thing I'm going to do is make a movie that's controversial to make sure that my people look good. That's what Ben Shapiro was doing. The second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find yet another canceled superstar that Hollywood has rejected, whether that's Armie Hammer, Roseanne Barr, or Jonathan Majors. And I hate to break this to y'all. If there's anybody in this conversation right now, if there's anybody who's watching the show who says, well, Dave, Jonathan Majors shouldn't have took his check, my question is, when did you write him one? When did you go talk to Bit, or go talk to Wally the Walrus, Isaac Hayes III, and say, hey, why don't you put some money behind him, since y'all was bitching about Tubi? Why don't y'all put some money behind Jonathan Majors and let's get a project going? Oh, the same way y'all didn't stand up for Nate Parker. Where the hell is Nate Parker right now? Did he start bagging groceries where Elvin was bagging groceries at what was that, Whole Foods? Like, y'all love to be outraged when somebody gets a check. But if they had us, they wouldn't need the proverbial them. I don't care that brother is getting an opportunity to act again because he's an actor. That's what he does. And in a country, because here's the injustice for me. In a country where a man can get accused of beating a woman he's running away from down New York City blocks, who's chasing him. Y'all out your minds. I want Jonathan Majors to get every possible check he can get, because every time I turn around, it's somebody other than a foundational Black American wrapping their arms around him. Whether that is Jason Lee from Hollywood Unlocked, who gave that man his flowers, or whether it's Ben Shapiro from the Daily Wire. Whether you like Ben Shapiro or not is absolutely irrelevant to the conversation. I just hope that the movie is good, because outrage in and of itself, can get clicks and likes, but quality gets people to stay and share. And if your whole business is watch this because it makes people you hate angry, eventually the audience is going to realize that they're not entertained. They were just pissed off and emotionally babysat. But I'm trying to get y'all to get to a place where you understand the most important thing you can do is take your own resources, take your own time, energy, and effort, and put it behind these people so that you don't have this conversation that I know a lot of you emotionally immature Negroes will have. Was it, he sold out. How you sell out when you got canceled? Magazine Dream should have been the biggest movie ever, but it wasn't. He lost a Disney check because his crime really was smashing a blonde. Let's keep it a buck. His crime was smashing a blonde. In a world where Juicy Smollett is out here dancing. Stop it. I'm sorry. Nah. I didn't hear none of y'all once. And I'm keeping it a buck. And y'all can clip this and you can tag him and you can send this to him because I'm just using him as an example. And I said what I said. I ain't seen near one of you Negroes call Charlemagne or go to Charlemagne and say, hey, man, you just got that $250 million Netflix deal. What's up with making sure that Jonathan Majors gets a project greenlit? I didn't see any of you so-called Black Hollywood elite Negroes who got all this pull and all this power and love to talk about your so-called platforms up in Atlanta, run down the highway to Tyler Perry's studio and say, yo, what's up with hooking up Jonathan Majors? Since you love people and you said, I went down to Atlanta and built my own table, now you got the table. How about you give Jonathan Majors a chair? Did you do that? Did you do that, baby? No. Have y'all gone over to the Weather Channel to see if you can get a hold of Byron Allen? Have y'all gone over to the Griot and said, hey, are you going to take some of this Griot money and make a vehicle for Jonathan Majors? Or y'all going to be too busy calling Byron Allen a sellout? Have you seen Damon John? You done pulled up on the Shark Tank set and said, hey, Mr. Fubu, what you got for my boy Jonathan Major, though? What you got for Jonathan? You ain't do that. Did you drive on the other side of Atlanta and go to New Birth to see if Jamal Bryant with his, $10,000 bangle bracelets and his $1,500 Bugs Bunny sport coat to see if he had an opportunity to create a good Christian movie for Jonathan Majors? No, you didn't. But you got time to get on the internet and troll Nick Cannon and say, oh, well, Nick Cannon had all these babies because he needed bone marrow. Bone marrow has absolutely nothing to do with lupus, you nincom effing poops. But y'all didn't ask Nick, hey, can we create some type of incredible films so that Jonathan Majors and Nate Parker and people like that can have it? Did y'all call 50 Cent, who's sitting up there buying half of Louisiana for his studio, and see what he got on it? You know what I'm saying? Did you ask 50? No. But you will sit up here and call this man a sellout when you're not giving him an alternative. If we had us outside of the comments, outside of the fake Negro outrage, outside of the emotional baggage claim carousel you love to be on, then Jonathan Majors wouldn't have to take a check no place else. But let's keep it a buck. When Hollywood says you're done, you Negroes fall right in line and say, yes, sir, boss. Y'all sound like the panel that Roland Martin has up there every daggone day. Yep. I guess we done with Jonathan Majors. Black people only throw out their trash when Hollywood says so. But you got Uncle Skippy touching on your kid in the back room and you still giving him a plate. Y'all don't protect nobody. Because if, in fact, Jonathan Majors did something wrong, and I don't think that he did, but if he did do something wrong, then that should be our situation where we, as foundational Black Americans, decide what that's going to be. Because that's how it goes in Chinatown, that's how it goes in Little Italy, that's how it goes in the Delhi district and the Diamond district. So I want this movie to do all types of numbers. Because honestly, I was watching Supergirl last night. Yeah, no. I'm real sick of woke Hollywood. Respectfully. Out here tap dancing, soft shoe cooing, and yassa bossing. Oh, you talking real tough. Jaina Van Transom 6354. I bet you got a tether mouth. Yo, Mod, start the clock on Jana Ven Transom 6354. Come on up here. Why are you saying F a lineage? Come on up here. But you won't, because a lot of you people are emotionally babysat. Come on up here. Explain your point. I want to know why it's FFBAs. What do foundational Black Americans do to you? 3 minutes on this broad. See, this is the problem. Y'all are okay with these folks just talking to us greasy. I'm not. Come on. Come on. I'm just really sick, and that's the problem. Y'all, we have made it so comfortable for you in this country that you think you can talk to people any old type of way. And again, I am a big proponent of the First Amendment right to free speech. I really am. The problem is you think that the First Amendment right to free speech also comes with First Amendment right to no consequences. No, that's not how that works. Oh, we know she gonna duck and dodge. How do I get up here? Are you slow? Oh, see, I get it. Your tethercation didn't teach you. I literally put a link up in the description. I'll put it up again, Jana, since obviously this is really hard for you to click a link in the description or copy it and paste it in your browser. So I just put it up for you again because how do I get up there? Oh, the education system. It's not doing very well. And I'll make sure I put a nice message up. Because we need to start reinforcing things here. Still waiting. Still waiting. Ladies and gentlemen, we're still waiting. Come on up. Make sure you turn your camera on. I'm gonna need some super chats. And get the super chats popping today. We're a little weak on the super chats. Still waiting. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I'll be chill says you got 1 minute left. What's the hold up, boo cakes? What up, Jana? Where you at? Come on. They never had the balls. Kit Cash. Kit Cash, did you say call ICE on her? Why in the world would I do something like that? That's horrible. They always hide in the corner. So I'm sitting up here doing my show because somebody said, what's the I guess you mean context? I'm doing my show, minding my black ass foundational business, and she decided to say FUCKFBAs, and I was just wondering why. And she said, how do I get up here? So I'm trying to figure out how it's that hard. I put the link up. I'm just trying to understand. But no, I'm not telling anybody to call 1-866-347-2423. Not at all. I'm not telling anybody that the phone line is open 24/7 and accepts calls from both the US and Canada. Does she not have anybody to get in the hamster wheel or on the stationary bike to get her internet signal up here? Oh, you got her up out of here? Darn, that's a damn shame. Again, like, I promise you, when it comes to this, we got to be really weird. Just start to understand that this is how we need to get down. And so I really want to be able to talk about something good and positive, because I think that that's important. I would hope that you would agree with that, because we have got to start loving ourselves a little bit more. And I really love what is what's happening when it comes to our people really putting love on the table here. So I'm going to put this here, and then I am going to show you something that I think makes a lot of sense here. And you're going to love this. So let's take a breath and talk about something beautiful. Miss Lauryn Hill received the inaugural Living Legend Icon Award at the BET Awards, and the tribute included artists like SZA, Doechii, Nas, Doja Cat, Queen Latifah, Lizzo, Rhapsody, Tierra Whack, Tems, and more. Her children were involved too, including Salah Marley at the tribute, and that matters because Lauryn Hill is not just an artist. She's a cultural earthquake. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill wasn't just an album. It was therapy, it was church, it was hip-hop, womanhood, heartbreak, motherhood, rebellion, scripture, and a Philly side-eye all wrapped in one. She gave us vulnerability, and that was vulnerability before it became a content strategy. She gave us Black womanhood with depth before the industry started to figure out how to monetize soft life and trauma captions. She gave us bars, vocals, truth, and conviction. And yes, people make jokes about Lauryn Hill and time. I get it, but let's be honest. A lot of artists show up on time and still waste your life. Lauryn might be late, but when she arrives, history has to pull up a chair, and that's the difference. So I want y'all to see this, and let's get into it, because I know y'all gonna love this.
Mom, this is only for you. My world, it moves so fast today. The past
Fair use.
seems so far away in life. Squeezing so tight that I can't breathe. And every time I try to be what someone else thought of me, so caught up, I was unable to achieve. But deep in my heart, the answer, it wasn't me. And I made up my mind to refine my own destiny. Doja Cat.
Yo, it's dope. What up, AJ? What's going on, big dog? Love from Chicago. Shout out to the Shot Town. Shot Town. Yeah. Sugar Shane, some Tom Holman. Yeah, award-winning Tom Holman. Doing a great job of getting them up out of here. Yeah, and y'all can say whatever y'all want. What is with this Lauryn Hill hate? I don't really get it. Priceless Princess 001 says that's a lot to credit someone with one hit album in 30 years. Sometimes all it takes is one hit album. Sorry. Pound for pound, when it comes to female MCs, you're not going to find a more perfect album than the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. You can't name a female rap album that's on that level. If you can, please point it out. I'd love to hear it. I ain't found one yet. At all. So I feel like, especially as a person that was a broadcast professional, playing that music every morning in a major market, I can tell you, she didn't miss. You're Just Too Good to Be True was on the Conspiracy Theory soundtrack, and the song, which is a remake of a Frankie Valli song, matter of fact, Frankie Valli's last hit, was bigger than the movie Conspiracy Theory, which if you watch that movie today along with Enemy of the State, you'll realize that a lot of those conspiracy theories wasn't conspiracy theories, they were just conspiracies. What is we talking about? The chaplain says, Dave, would you say Lauryn, MC Lyte, and Queen Latifah are the top 3 female rappers? No. And I love Light. I think Light is dope. I think Queen Latifah's got to be in the top 3, or at least on Mount Rushmore. I think Lauryn, lyrically, it's very few people touching her. But the top 3 female rappers for me, in no particular order, are Queen Latifah, Lauryn Hill, Missy Elliott. Period, point blank. Because Missy Elliott was doing things in hip hop that went beyond gender. Period, point blank. Like, I would sit up there and decipher Missy Elliott records. And that's not to take anything away from MC Lyte at all. You can't. You know, honorable mention goes to Yo-Yo, Bahamadia. I think Miss Jade's in the conversation, but y'all ain't ready for that. I think Rhapsody's dope, but y'all ain't ready for that either. I think Rod Digger is dope, but y'all ain't ready for that either. I think a lot of Black women in hip hop specifically have been trained or marginalized to play small, and that's why they don't ever get the leverage they should have. You know, I really wish Queen Latifah still had Flavor Unit Records, which bought you things like Naughty by Nature, but I digress. But when you look at something like Work It, it's yapping and nippers plant yap, which if you play that backwards will turn into I put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it. That in and of itself is insane. When you can take a trash bag and a vacuum hose and turn it into an iconic moment. Like, Missy could do absolutely everything. There's very few artists that can do absolutely everything. Queen Latifah can do absolutely everything. Broadway, Academy Award nominee, television icon, movie star, MC, classical vocalist. Lauryn, television, stage, film, theater, bars, everything. Like, you got to talk about people who can do all of that and then some. So to me, if you're not having Missy in that top 3 conversation, you bugging. Bahamadia is crazy with it. And I actually got to work with Bahamadia. She's absolutely all that. Yo, Disco Kryptonite with the $2 super chat. Again, love for Bahamadia. Listen. Lady of Rage is dope. Personally, I'm not like, there's certain West Coast hip hop I love. I didn't really see Rage. I'm not putting her in top 3. I'll definitely put her in top 10, but I'm not putting Rage in top 3 at all. And then you got to give respect to people like BNGB, aka late great Angie Stone. You got to give respect to Lady B, who arguably had the first rap record on radio. Like, stop. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. AJ said, hey, yo, Dave, you got to come through the DreamCon this July 9th through 12th. They got Issa Rae, every Black Power Ranger, Wale, Leon Thomas, and the one and only Cree Summer, along with the Boondocks cast. Damn. I got to see what the schedule is like. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it off this year, but damn, that sounds crazy. Cold Crush going to sit up here and represent for Jersey. You better thank a YouTube member. He says Lauryn Hill, Newark, New Jersey. Queen Latifah, Newark, New Jersey. Whitney Houston, Newark, New Jersey. That's all I have to say. Whitney Houston don't rap. Whitney don't rap. But I will say that I think pound for pound, Whitney dope. You know, but if we're going to have that conversation about classically trained singers that can get down, Whitney's on that list. I think Mariah's on that list. Mariah, aside from only the Notorious B.I.G., when you can take a Bone Thug style and really do it with Bone Thugs at or above Bone Thugs level, respect to Bone Thugs. It's a different game. Because if you go back and you listen to Breakdown, Mariah was, listen, to this day. Black Rain is a phenomenal piece of work from start to finish. start to finish. And I love that. Rhapsody is a female Kendrick. I feel like Kendrick is a male Rhapsody, respectfully to Kendrick. Disco Kryptonite, I'm gonna need you to sit down. You bugging. I'm gonna need you to put some respect on Zach's name. Speaking of which, yo, all right. Apparently, look, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I'm gonna just keep it a buck with y'all. I know y'all don't want to hear this, and I don't care because it's my damn show. But I'm letting you know right now, I didn't mean for it to be this way, but that's what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and lady friends, we have ourselves a nerd alert. It's nerd alert, ladies and gentlemen. I ain't gonna hold you. Do you know that there is a movie not only starring Michael Jai White, who y'all know, I've been wanting Michael Jai White on this show since I started this show. But a movie with Michael Jai White, a movie with Walter Jones, aka Zach the Black Power Ranger, and Ty Mac, aka Bruce Leroy, the Last Dragon. Have you seen the trailer? We're gonna watch the trailer today. We're gonna watch the trailer today because all that black action hero kung fu, hey, we going in.
Black man! All the values that a black fraternity enhances in our young men can be done through the teachings of the martial arts.
Martial arts has always been part of the Black American experience. Alpha Omega Sigma embodies the consolidation of that unit.
I just want you to show more discipline. Take your education seriously.
I didn't know I needed to have my whole life figured out at the age of 19.
I mean, it's not a weakness unless you hide behind it.
You're your own man now. You get to make your own choices. What you know about them AOS boys? They don't step. They don't probate.
If you're too good to carry on my legacy, then so be it.
This contract that you signed gives us the authority to correct you. I joined a gang of bookworm, anime-watching martial art geeks.
Who are you when everything you believe turns out to be a lie?
I am my father's son.
Yo, take my money, my house, and my car. Yo, please do not threaten me with a good time. Yes, Eric the Guapo. That was Zach you saw in there. You met the protagonist, forgot his name at the PVIFF. He was a cool brother. I can believe it. Let me tell you something. If you had told teenage me that Michael Jai White, Ty Mac, and Walter E. Jones was going to be in a karate movie that's blackety black, I'd have been like, what kind of crack are you smoking? There's nothing, there's nothing else. Yeah, I saw that too. Zoe's in there too. Yeah. Soon as the movie's over with, listen. Woo! Yeah. Do y'all know Zach only got 9 fingers? Zach is missing a middle finger because he don't give no. I can't back that up. But no, he really is missing a middle finger. Pretty sure it's a middle finger. It might be his 3rd finger. I'm pretty sure it's his middle finger. I never noticed all these years. I can't wait to see it. Cold Crush, don't be a hater. We got to support. We got to support. We got to support. Teddy Marcel with the $2 super chat, probably the most important super chat of the day, said Michael Jai White is super underrated. First of all, Spawn is a classic film. If you were to redo Spawn today, the fact that they're taking Jamie Foxx over Michael Jai White is insane to me. I get it. Jamie Foxx has an Academy Award, but he ain't no Michael Jai White. Michael Jai White's an actual martial artist. Like, yeah, I can't. I just, there's no way. No, sorry. Elevated Engineering with the $5 super chat said, they should have had me in that flick. That's how I feel. Like, I'm in shape now. Like, whoo. You know what I mean? One of my homeboys he's a black belt. I'm not. I'm on my way, but I'm not a black belt. And I just be like, yo, you can kick my ass, but if you do this ever again, I'm gonna kick your ass. But I feel like I'd have been good in there. Mike he got like 8 black belts. Mike is an actual martial artist. Anytime you can slip the jab past Kimbo Slice, and I'm talking an active, strong, backyard ass-kicking Kimbo Slice, you's a bad man. Dude actually thinks that these films are real. No, I don't. I actually think that your mom should have swallowed. Oh, for real? Damn, how come nobody ever calls me with this? Enigma says, I think Michael Jai White and Jamie Foxx close in age. No way they should not have had Michael. That's my whole point. Super chats are welcome, people. They are open for you. My whole thing is Michael Jai White is an icon. We can say whatever we want to say. We can talk about however we feel. But Michael Jai White is what that is. Oh, okay. Let me help you out. Since I'm a 7th grader band, I ain't got time. Zip Zoom Zoom says, I'm gonna watch it just out of nostalgic respect for Gen X. You damn Skippy, you will. Oh, did I show you what my babies got me for Father's Day? I don't know if I showed y'all this. Because ain't but one superhero in my house. Y'all already know. There ain't but one superhero in my house. That's how I feel, because when they tried to bring Mahershala back, first of all, the script was trash. Second of all, it just wasn't coming together. Third of all, the writer's strike happened. And again, Wesley is still Wesley. And my whole thing is y'all didn't have to put that wig on Wesley. I'm going to just say, y'all didn't have to put that wig on Wesley. Y'all could have had Wesley come back bald. Y'all really could have. No, Super Dave is not my superhero, even though I am pretty damn dope. And I am an ass-kicking superhero for foundational Black Americans. But no. Y'all already know. If it ain't Killmonger, it ain't right. My daughter got me a Killmonger. Thank you to my babies. Love Killmonger. Wait. Eric the Guapo just hit me with something I didn't know about. Have you read Wesley Snipes' comic? Hold up. Wait a minute. There's a Wesley Snipes comic? And I Google. Oh my God, it's called Exile. Oh, I'm getting this. The Exile Volume 1 is a sci-fi noir graphic novel by Wesley Snipes, Adam Lawson, and Keith Aram, following detectives Niles Roach Washington as he hunts a serial killer using ancient tools, uncovering a vast conspiracy. Described as Blade Runner meets Seven, the story features hidden codes for digital collectibles and was initially crowdfunded with a trade paperback collection released outside of specialty stores. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I need that. Yeah, they gave Wesley them Tyler Perry wigs. Yeah, I love Super Dave. Yeah, and listen. The Voice 305 said, "What's the calling number?" You can just hit the link. There it is, right there. Let me help y'all out. Here we go. I'll put it in the chat for you. Hit the link. But yeah, no, definitely want to grab that. No, but y'all know the Tyler Perry wigs is wild work. Y'all know good and hell well them Tyler Perry wigs is horrible. I don't understand how you're a damn near billionaire and the wig game is so horrible. I don't know your cousin. Who your cousin? Tyler Perry your cousin? Or is the wig master your cousin? If so, don't tell nobody else. Respectfully, don't tell nobody else. Don't do it. Because that in and of itself is horrible. Yeah, no, your boy Roly, wild. Absolutely wild. So I'm trying to I'm trying to understand how anybody can look at them wigs and say, "Oh, that's how black people's hair got." Oh, wait, Rock's got an AI comic program? My name is Tim Snipes. I hate you so much, Elevated. Hilarious. Did you see Craven on Netflix? I saw Craven before. Yeah. Oh my God, Phil Lamar is going to be there? You open with Phil Lamar is going to be there. You don't bury the lead. Phil Lamar is the absolute gospel truth. You're talking about Green Lantern. You're talking about Status Shock. Listen, you're talking about Pulp Fiction. Yeah, nah. Like, what is we talking about? Like, what is we talking about here, party people? I'm trying to get us to a place where we can have honest conversations just around what's going on out here. And we can't. I don't understand. So this is something I want y'all to check out while we're on the Samurai Jack. I'm at work and I'm hitting the link. It's not accepting my click. You can't copy the link and paste it? Why can't you just copy the link and paste it? I don't understand why you can't copy the link and paste it. It really isn't that hard. Let me put it up here for you. There we go. Let's just do that. It makes a lot more sense to do it that way. But y'all be bugging on me. Really bugging on me. Hold on. I want to be able to get this off for y'all real quick because there's something I want y'all to see. Hold on. Pie Piper says black immigrants are tethering the Mexicans because due to a lot of construction work, but they haven't built the country either. But black immigrants are tethering Mexican accomplishments in this country. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Don't forget Jack from Mad TV. Yeah, wild. I don't know what that is, Bruce, but okay. Anywho and anyhow, I want y'all to see something real quick. I'm gonna put it up. Let me see where I put that. Okay. I want to run this back because I want to get your take on this, because this in and of itself, I think, is very interesting. Let's go ahead. I want y'all to hear what this young lady has to say.
We should have never started asking. And I don't mean the civil rights movement, the marches, the speeches, the Birmingham letter, the children on the news. I'm not talking about that. That was not asking. That was demanding. I'm talking about what came after. The thing that got loaded onto us in the decades since. The personal kind, the daily kind. You know, the kind that's become sort of an unpaid second job for every Black person in America. The patient explaining that, let me help you understand. The sitting across from your coworker who just said something wild and figuring out how to respond in a way that doesn't make you the angry one. The hair conversations, the diction, the smile when somebody calls you articulate, the dressing up so they can catch us looking respectable on a random Tuesday, the making sure that people are comfortable around you. Yeah, all that. The version that comes out of your mouth on the phone with customer service, the version that comes out in the meeting, the version that comes out in the doctor's office just so they'll listen to you long enough to write a prescription, the if I just show them I'm human version in every conversation. That's the asking I'm talking about. We've been doing it for generations, y'all. My mama did it, my grandma did it, I've done it, I know y'all have done it. Every Black person watching this video right now has spent some part of this week doing it. And the people we've been doing it for have not moved an inch. Meanwhile, nobody's ever asked us for anything. Nobody asked Black men if it was okay to write them out of the GI Bill, you know, so the white middle class could be built without us. Nobody asked us if we wanted to be the test subjects in Alabama. Nobody asked us if we wanted our children's bones to be used in a forensics class in Princeton. They just did it. They never had to ask. Asking has only ever been our job. You hear me? Now here's what I've been thinking about, right? The asking is the trap. The asking accepts the premise that somebody else gets to decide that our humanity is a question that's actually on the table, deciding that the people that we're asking are the ones with the authority to grant it. They're not. They were never gonna be. And the most exhausting part about being Black in this country is not what they do to us. It's the decades that we spent making the case to people who were never gonna be moved by the case. So I'm gonna stop asking, not because I gave up, but because I never should have started. We should have never.
I would love to hear your thoughts on that. Is that Tito? What up, Tito? Yo, we got to run it, big homie. We got to run it. Holla at your boy. Definitely got to run it. Yeah, so I'm curious to know what your thoughts are on that particular thing, because I'm going to be really honest with you, respectfully. I didn't get where she was going. I really didn't get where she was going. Maybe y'all did. I particularly didn't. Can y'all give me okay. So we got to demand and take what we need. I'm definitely not mad at that. Definitely not mad at that. My whole thing is, and I've been telling y'all this, I mean, I'm not trying to be funny. Respectfully, this is my take right here. Let me give y'all something. Page 114 of the Real Black Agenda by yours truly. Trauma is not your brand. Here's the spiritual truth that nobody wants to say out loud. If the only time you're visible is when we're dead, you're not serving the living. If your platform only activates when there's a smurder or a hashtag, you're not building power, you're babysitting pain. Our stories deserve more than 90-second TikToks and GoFundMe campaigns. Our healing deserves more than the annual Black Lives Matter posts. That's not cosplay. That's not content. This is our lives. And we will not continue to let the world consume our pain like a series. So what's the play? What do we do instead? 1, build independent media, platforms that we own, narratives we control, receipts that we drop, voices we amplify with intention, not just trauma. 2, set real demands. If you're going to protest, don't just chant, organize, make policy demands, track who delivers, hold people accountable. 3, stop supporting symbolism over strategy. We don't need another mural. Next stop. We need money, laws, land, infrastructure, institutions. If your brand shows up without resources, they're stealing shine. Fund the fighters, not the famous. There are grassroots organizers doing the real work. They just don't get blue checks. They don't get flued out. They're holding it down daily, though. Putting money in their hands is a priority, not just influencers with a megaphone and no map. Number 5, reclaim our stories. Make our wins go viral. Let's promote healing, wealth, strategy, not just grief. Let's rewrite the narrative before the next tragedy drops. That's what I'm talking about. I'll be chill. Holla at your boy. Yeah, so I want to play this one for you and get your thoughts. We're just going to be doing some reactions today because sometimes Monday can be very, very heavy. And I don't want our show to be so heavy that we can't have a real good conversation. So let's watch my boy, Waka Flocka, give y'all these bars.
Do you feel lucky? Hell no. Ain't no luck in the house of God, bro. Ain't no such thing as bad luck. Bad luck is your bad decision. Good luck is your good decision. And you get the energy of good luck. So if you show love, if I guarantee you, bro, if you love yourself, I guarantee you the more people that love you will come around you. It's really a real fact on how you teach yourself is how your life is going to be.
Do you feel lucky?
I mean, oh, let's do it. Oh, let's do it. Okay, it looks like Anthony's here. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, Dave?
Chilling. What's happening with you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. What's up?
Okay. Oh,
I can hear
let
you.
me take this off. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Why is it
I
not?
can hear you.
I can't hear you. That's crazy.
Can everybody else hear me? Is it y'all can hear me in the comments, right? Like the chat, y'all can hear me,
Let me
right?
go to settings right quick. Audio.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you
iPhone mic.
and I'm gonna let you get it together. I'm gonna let him get it together. When he gets it together, we can get him back. But we here. Can you hear me?
iPhone mic is... Okay, I can hear you now.
All right, what's up, bro?
Can you hear? You can hear
Yes.
me though, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay, finally. Jeez, good Lord. What's going on, my brother?
What's up? Chilling, good brother. What's happening in your world? What's on your mind today?
Not much. No, I was just saying about the whole job, White.
Yeah.
You know, that's my dude. That's my dude right there. Like his movies and things like that. He's so underrated and very impactful.
100%.
One of my favorite guys that I would love to meet in person. I think Blood and Bone is like a very underrated film, even though the people might say it's not up to high quality. I mean, for what it was, I think it was.
I think Blood and Bone is phenomenal. Anthony, I'm gonna drop you down just because the audio is really bad, but I appreciate you stopping through. I wanted to get back to what you guys were feeling about the situation. Eric says I agree with him. Yeah, no. Yeah, I hate that too. Zip, zip, zoom, zoom. I feel the same way and reject people saying the whole world hates black people. That's false. We control that. I think a lot of us control that, but we don't control the narrative. We don't control the messaging, the media, or the marketing. And that's what needs to change. If that's not happening, then we've got ourselves a much bigger problem than we even choose to acknowledge. And that in and of itself is a pain in the ass. You know, so I really want us to understand how big our impact is. Cole Crushers, Mahershala Ali is doing a new movie directed by Basman Tariq, the original director of Marvel's Blade. Oh, okay. Sounds like a plan to me. Not really mad at that. Nope. Trying to see if I can. See, certain things are. I'm really. Okay, there's a lot y'all are saying in the chat. Mimi says, no, look at rural America. I'm telling you, the demand far outweighs the supply of racism. Absolutely. I don't really think, and again, I'm a big believer that there is racism, there's bigotry, there's hate everywhere. However, to what degree? And that's the conversation a lot of people are not willing to have. To what degree are we doing that? Do you believe that the world has deemed Black Americans as a permanent underclass? I don't think the world has deemed Black Americans as a permanent underclass. I think society in and of itself has created a situation where we are a permanent underclass. Again, I've been saying this for years, and Uncle Claude's been saying it way before I was. You've got Little Italy everywhere. You've got Koreatown, Chinatown, you've got Little Africa, but you don't have Brothertown or Black Girl Magicville. Period, point blank. So when we go from being the number one producers in America to the number one consumers in America, we have a production problem, and we also have a marketing problem, and we also have a mass distribution problem. That's it. Period, point blank. That's how I feel. You asked, and that's what I believe. I'm not really big on what's the word I'm looking for here? I'm not really big on sitting up here blaming some magical white man over something. And I tell people all the time, there's no such thing as any person who's supreme over me, less than God himself. And last I checked, God came from an area of people who look like me. Sorry. So I'm really confused by that whole, the term. I've never liked that term, because it automatically presupposes that we are somehow less than. And that to me is wild. It really is. Because it's bass backwards to me. But you try to have this normal everyday conversation with folks, and they look at you like you crazy. I just don't get it. There's something, if you have not seen it yet, I'm going to play it for you today, because I thought they were going to drop the sequel to Michael first, but they're actually doing a prequel first. And if you haven't seen it, I'm going to show it to you now. Let's go ahead and roll the clip.
Every legend starts with a dream. Get y'all ass up. It's time to dance.
Damn it, Tito! How many times have I say it's 1-2 step?
The untold story of Joe Jackson.
But we just want to play with the other kids.
You ain't regular kids, man. Jackson 5. Wake up, dance. Go to sleep, dance. Fix your face, man. On the top.
5, 6, 7.
Didn't I tell y'all? Practice the steps. It's step, snap, step.
Dad, I thought it was step, clap, snap.
Childhood is nothing without fatherhood.
What are you doing, Joe? You can't keep doing this, Joe.
Somebody got to teach these boys how to be a man.
I'm tired, Joe. Those boys are tired, Joe.
Well, you can leave.
If I'm leaving, I'm taking my boys with me.
Ain't nobody taking my boys out this house.
A father's love has no limits.
Why can't we go and play with the kids in the park?
Yeah.
Michael! Get back here!
Life in the 1960s, where you could get away with just about anything.
How was school, Jackie?
It was good. I finally started passing my classes again.
Jackie got a girlfriend.
Ain't y'all worried about selling records?
Calm down, Joseph. You're scaring the boys.
Talking about hit records. Who done made a hit record in this house? Hit record! Y'all gonna make a new life for me.
I'm tired of dancing.
You want me to take this belt off? Fix your face, Michael, before I fix it for you. The boys are staying!
Those are my boys!
The boys are staying!
My boys!
Follow his rise. Understand his genius.
Get back in here. It's time for rehearsal.
Experience his greatness.
Y'all gonna arrest me for doing my job? Okay, so y'all trying to take old Joe out the house for whooping my boy's ass. It's showtime. Woo! I gave y'all all I got.
Joe.
Joe, can we get ice cream after this?
Coming to theaters this fall.
Y'all can say whatever y'all want. Y'all can't make me hate Drewski. That man is a genius. That brother is a genius. That was hilarious. Ask him if he pulled the belt off. Whoo. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say about Joe Jackson, but I wish I had gotten beaten into level of success that he got beaten into. I done took my fair share of ass whippings, but Joe was handing out $1 million ass whippings. He was beating them kids so hard they started glitching. Y'all remember when Marlon kept glitching on the Victory Tour? He kept dancing in that one movie. He had the belt under the logo. Oh, Jesus. Also, if y'all got things y'all want me to react to, y'all got things y'all want me to put up, feel free to email me, dave@businessbullyshow.com, dave@businessbullyshow.com. I definitely want to react to your stuff because it's important to make sure I'm giving y'all what y'all want. Yeah, he was giving out them Gary, Indiana beatings. Teddy Marcel with the $2 super chat said, the Wayans should just hand Scary Movie over to Drewski. I think so. But I don't think the Wayans are the problem. I don't. And a lot of people ain't going to like my take on this. I think society is the problem. And wasn't nothing wrong with Scary Movie. The only thing that Scary Movie shows is that society has gotten themselves too woke, too soft, too corny, too weak, too weird to actually move culture forward in a real sense. And that, by and large, is the main problem. So let's make the main thing the main thing. Yeah, and Drewski did it without disrespecting Joe Jackson. I think, again, people look at Joe Jackson from a 2026 lens. They don't look at him from a 1960s lens. You dealing with a family that came up during segregation and civil rights, and a patriarch of that family who came up, just shy of the Great Depression. Like, what is we talking about? I mean, it's a Scary Movie is old. It's played out. That's it. Yeah, but what's funny is how y'all never talk about who made it corny. Y'all don't talk about the fact that how Harvey Weinstein, while Harvey Weinstein was doing everything under the sun to women, the way he really screwed the Wayans. Y'all don't have that conversation. And society, again, is offended way too easily. And that's always been my issue. At what point don't we have a real conversation about what actually matters and what actually works? We start and stop the conversation with, oh, it's corny. They done. Stop it. I really want you to stop it. Because we've got to start getting ourselves to a point where we understand what's actually happening out here. Because the same woke society, exactly, the same woke society that destroyed Scary Movie is the same woke society that destroyed The Matrix. And as a person whose last name actually is Anderson, who's out here waking people up, I take great offense. I find it weird. AJ said, "No, Dave, Joe was giving out $1 billion ass whippings when Mike died. He was a silent billionaire, like 7.4, 7.7. Yeah, no. Again, and towards the end, they was trying to keep Joe as far away from Mike as humanly possible because Joe knew what time it was. The funny will always be the funny, whether or not the funny offends you. Oh, yeah, I'll be chill. I'm definitely going to get to that. I think that's one for Jaro Go, and I'm going to make that announcement relatively shortly. So I'm really excited about that, man. A lot of people in the chat are talking about we need our own social media. We need our own YouTube. We need our own place that's unapologetically us where we won't be canceled or demonetized and things like that. Your boy's been working. Your boy's been working. Major announcement coming very shortly. Let's just say your boy's been working. We on it. Hold on. Let's see here. Evildoer Voltaire says teenagers killing store clerk because they refuse to sell in Black and Milds is insane. That this is news to me. This is all news to me. Oh, okay, so this is one teenager. And this is in San Antonio. So yeah, let's take a look at this. Let's see here. Let's get this up because this is news to me. So I would love to just take a look for you. Just take a look in real time. And let's see.
Regular customers of the Classic Mart family business in the medical center area say they're sharing the heartache of a vicious attack of senseless violence overnight. Police say a 25-year-old store clerk was stabbed to death when he refused to sell a 99-cent tobacco product to an underage customer. Sue Cowberg talked with plenty of people who say they are still in shock.
Witnesses are telling us they can't believe how ridiculous this is. They say a man was stabbed to death because he refused to sell a 99-cent smoke.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it to take somebody's life over something like so small and spend the rest of your life in jail. It's not.
It's sad. It's sad. Real sad.
I was like, oh my God.
Regulars say the family who runs the Classic Mart came from Jordan to build a new life.
They are the American dream, really.
It's a dream that died around 1 a.m. when police say an angry young man attacked the 25-year-old clerk for refusing to sell him a tobacco product because he wasn't old enough.
Lose his life for doing his job. Tragedy.
He's a baby. He hasn't even lived.
Police say the victim's family saw the attack on a surveillance camera, saw the suspect run away, and called for help immediately, but it was too late. Investigators say the suspect surrendered to police hours later after a standoff at an apartment complex across the street. The name of the victim hasn't been released yet. As we learn more about the charges and the bond in this especially sad case, we will share it. In Northwest San Antonio, Sue Cowberg, KENS 5.
Yeah, that's wild right there.
New at 6, Fulton.
Yeah, that to me is absolutely wild. I don't think anybody should die over a Black and Mild. My whole thing is, what was he on? Like, that's insane to me. It's insane to me. Like, to me, that's crazy. Like, who does that? But again, we continue to uplift individuals that don't make no sense. Not particularly a fan of it. Like, at all. A lot of this stuff is just insane to me. Yeah, the reporters didn't have no empathy at all. And a lot of people don't want to have the conversation about what's happening in society in a real sense. I just don't understand how this stuff continues to happen. I really don't. It's crazy. Have y'all heard about I want to talk about this because a lot of times we're not having real conversations about what it looks like when people don't have the what's the word I'm looking for here? Have the wherewithal to understand how the world actually works. And so I want to talk about Hollywood, and I want to talk about what it looks like in a real sense when we've got people who just get caught up. And I keep telling people Hollywood is a culture, it is not a place. So we're going to talk about this whole Faison Love child support thing, which I think is absolute wild work. So let's go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage.
Just getting this right here into the newsroom. Actor Faison Love, known for his roles in movies like Friday and Elf, will be...
Side note, this man's suit is way too tight. And then he got them Count Chocula shoulder pads. What's happening here, sir? This is ill-fitted. You make way too, I know what newscasters make. You making way too much money for that. This handkerchief, nasty work, sir. What in the K&G menswear is happening to you, sir? What's gathered away?
Released from jail. This after serving 16 days in a child support case. Love appeared in court in a wheelchair for this hearing that we're talking about. He was arrested just over 2 weeks ago in California after failing to turn himself in for contempt of court and failing to make child support payments. Love's attorneys argued he is struggling financially, saying he has no home, drives a 1999 vehicle, and has no savings, even relies on friends to help pay many of his expenses. But the attorney for the mother of his child argued Love has repeatedly ignored court orders, hasn't paid child support in years. Love himself testifying that he recently saw his daughter and does what he can.
You see your daughter too, right?
Yes, I had just saw her. This lady had dropped her off and gave her money because she just had a new daughter and she didn't have no...
Let's not just keep to this. I don't want you to get upset because you are an excitable gentleman, right?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Love, you have the current ability at this point in time to pay $2,500 a month in child support.
Right now? No.
The SCOTUS sentence is preventing him from working and ruining his name in Hollywood. So if he's in jail, he can't work.
Specifically told me that I wasn't going to get a dime, and that he was going to stop working and canceling shows. So I won't get anything.
Okay. Yeah, if you can email it to me, that would be great.
Well, Love will be released later today. Has until July 1st to put together a financial statement to prove his claims that he cannot afford the payments. All right, just getting this.
Y'all, there's a lot to unpack here. There's a lot to unpack here. Tell that brother, pull his sleeves down. Sir, pull your sleeves down. Pull your sleeves down low and stop wearing tight-ass jackets. This is horrible. And again, I have told people a very long time ago that this child support system is a child support system that does not support the child. It's government NTR. And for those of you who do not know what NTR is, that's non-traditional revenue. But again, I blame Faison Love for sleeping with this broad. Real rap. Because there was nothing understanding, there was nothing loving, there was nothing respectful in the way she was coming off. Well, he said he wasn't going to give me a dime. First of all, it ain't about you. It's about providing for your children. That's one. Two, I'm not trying to be funny, but since Elf, when the last time you seen Faison Love in anything? And whether I like Faison Love or don't like Faison Love, whether I find his stand-up deplorable or don't find his stand-up deplorable, whether I think he's funny or not, ain't got nothing to do with the fact that and I tell you all this all the time. Listen, I work with celebrities. The majority of celebrities out here are broke. I can't tell y'all this enough. The majority of these people that you think is so famous and got all this money, broke. BROKE. That's what they are, broke. They are broke. They ain't got no money. Most of y'all are doing better than your favorite Hollywood celebrity. Sorry. A lot of them are living paycheck to paycheck. Period, point blank. Ahmad asked, what is Faison's net worth? I don't know. Let's see. Let's take a look. And again, we don't know for sure. So the Googles are saying Faison Love has an estimated net worth ranging between $500,000 and $8 million, depending on the reporting outlet, though recent legal documents filed in mid-2026 reveal a dire financial situation where the actor reported making zero income in the previous year. The American actor and comedian best known for the film Elf and Friday recently faced child support contempt hearings in Florida. During these proceedings, it was disclosed that the highest gross income he made in recent years was about $13,000. He stated that his primary income consists of annual royalty checks from past acting projects, which generally amount to about over $10,000 a year. You know, so there's a bunch of stuff. Former assistant was awarded $500,000 for a sexual harassment suit. This, that, and the third. Like, you, bruh, you got to be careful with who you got around you. You just got to be careful about who you got around you. Period, point blank, because these people don't mean you any good. Kid Cash says, I can't be famous and broke. Just give me the money. And that's the thing. Oh, DB Smooth said, don't forget who's your caddy. Absolutely. But yeah, this right here is what no one talks about. There's no financial literacy program for celebrities. There's no, hey, let's have a trust set up so that you can handle this type stuff. Nobody does that. Nobody talks about high yield interest savings accounts. None of that. That's not the conversation. That is rarely the conversation. The conversation usually begins and ends with, let me get this money. And I don't know this woman. I ain't never met this lady. But I will say, not necessarily related to this woman, but a lot of times, folks, yes, Kit Kat, that's exactly what I'm saying. What I'm saying is a lot of times folks will sleep with a celebrity based off of perceived value and then find out they ain't got nothing and get mad and then start involving the government. The whole system is set up, especially when you're dealing with Hollywood black men, high-powered black men, quote-unquote high-value men, for that situation to be there. Uh-oh. Afro nerds in the building. What up, big homie?
Hey, man. What's up? Just want to highlight for a few moments.
What you got?
That Faison Love thing, man, it's depressing. You know, I will admit he's a pretty funny cat. And I think many of us believe that these celebrities are doing fine, you know, that they make more money than, you know, the average person. At least you would think so. Even as a stand-up comedian, if he were to be out there just doing his thing with dedicated dates, you would think he would be making six figures, high six figures at the very least. So for what's going on here, man, it's just, you know, look, there's a whole thing with our community, whether you're a celebrity or not, where we really don't get into legacy. We do everything. I mean, not everyone, but there's a large amount of folks in our communities that they kind of scoff at legacy and income building and really trying to get into the cerebral part of maintaining your health and maintaining your wealth. Amen. So when you start to speak on these things, it's always like a clown show until it's not. And to see this man in a wheelchair and he's handcuffed, and this guy was, you know, big worm. And I mean, you know, just we've seen him over the last 25 years, like in stuff. So how do you end up from that point to this? It's not a good look. And I'll just say just one other thing, you know, even when you talked about Drewski's Drewski channeling Joe Jackson. I mean, even the Jacksons went out kind of sad. You know, Tito died relatively young. I think he was 69 or 70. Michael died at 50. And everyone's just weird. It just, you know, weird family relations. You know what's going on with Jermaine and I think Randy or something.
Randy.
They're sharing the same woman. So
No, they're not sharing the same woman. Let's be clear as to what really happened, because that in and of itself, again, it's not my cup of tea, but I like to be accurate. So let's talk about what actually happened in that case, because a lot of people do not have this story straight. Now, depending on who you ask, because here's the narrative that has been running through Hollywood. Let me take Faison off, because I really want to have this Randy Jackson conversation. And again, I'm not defending Randy Jackson, nor am I defending Jermaine when it comes to this. But let's talk about what has happened, okay? We know that Randy was with this woman for a while, and depending on who you ask, up and left one day for whatever reason. At that point, Jermaine stepped up, and apparently something blossomed there.
Okay.
Again, I don't know. However, again, I'm real big on beam footage, so let's okay, I don't know why they do this and put the wrong Randy up. Randy Jackson from American Idol is not in any way, shape, or form related to the Jackson family. That's dog, little pitchy dog. So I'm gonna go ahead and
hell of a basis.
Hell of a basis, but wrong Randy. But that's the actual Randy Jackson in question. So let's run this and let's go from here. Hold on. Is there any sound in this? Where the sound at? Okay, here we go.
Both share the same baby mama, Alejandra Oaziaza. She first dated Randy Jackson for 8 years and had 2 children with him. After they split, Alejandra got together with Jermaine and had 2 more children with him. Honestly, it's kind of messed up. I bet you didn't know Michael Jackson's brother.
Okay, that didn't add anything to the situation other than telling us what we already knew. But there was a reality show pitched okay, here we go.
That time, Jermaine Jackson married his brother's baby mama, and then the family couldn't get rid of the woman. So in 1986, the youngest Jackson brother, Randy Jackson, met the Colombian model Alejandra Oziaza. They dated for a couple years and even had 2 children, but it said that Randy Jackson was still in his playboy phase and had no plans on settling down with Alejandra. Then to make matters worse, while she was 7 months pregnant with their second child, Randy went off and married another woman. In enters Randy's older brother, Jermaine Jackson. Once while Randy was off on tour, Jermaine came and swooped this lady off his hands without him even knowing. Alejandra said she was looking for a man that was more family-oriented, and apparently that's what Jermaine Jackson was at the time. He was very much family-oriented. The two had 3 children of their own, one actually being Jafar Jackson, who's going to be playing Michael Jackson in his upcoming biopic. They even went as far as to get secretly married in 1995, and this set Mama Jackson off. But Randy threw a fit. He felt betrayed by his brother, stopped talking to him for years, and called Alejandra a pig. That's when he stopped paying his child support. He said, get somebody else to do it. And according to Alejandra, Jermaine did fill that role. He took care of her children with Randy as well as her children with him. He was a great father. But catch this. It is when he went to divorce her in 2004 that he realized his wife had been married this entire time. She got married back in 87 to some random dude for a green card, which Randy already knew about back in the day, which may be one of the reasons he didn't take her serious. But I guess he didn't give his brother a heads up. And even though the marriage was annulled, the family did not get rid of Alejandra. She decided on her own will that in exchange for neither brothers paying their child support, her and her kids would just stay at the family's Havenhurst house. It's not until 2010 that Catherine was finally able to get this woman evicted, being that this agreement was not agreed upon by a judge. That woman gave his family hell.
Wait, did y'all see that last part? I don't know if y'all read the caption, but it says Alejandra complained that most of the child support she received was from Catherine and also in the form of gift cards from Ralph's Supermarket.
Jesus, man.
So that in and of itself is wild. And there's no way. Listen, I love my brother. Listen, God rest my brother's soul. I love my brother more than anything. I love my brother. I have never ever wanted to touch anything he's had. And I damn sure would not procreate with anything that he's been with. Wild. You know what I'm saying? Like, ew. But yeah, if it wasn't for Jermaine being Jamessi, we wouldn't have Jafar playing Michael.
Yeah.
But that's wild.
Well,
like,
look,
and you name your son after an Aladdin villain, which again
was it Your Majesty or something? Is that the name?
Jermaine. Okay, it's a lot of jurors.
I know.
So there's Your Majesty, and then there's Jafar.
Right, that's
Jafar is the one playing Michael.
Right.
He just called the other one Your Majesty, which is like sometimes I don't know if it's the Beijing or the
Oh, that's another thing.
Or the Gorilla Glue on the side of Jermaine's head that then seeped into it. Or it could be the Jurgel. I don't know what he got. I don't know how he concocts that. I just don't understand it. But Jermaine really took that let's get serious to a different level.
Yeah.
Ain't no way. SERIOUS. Ain't no way, bro. Like, nah. But yeah, that's what happened there. So you got brother, cousins, and sister siblings. I don't.
Yeah, it's a little confusing, and you know, I'm going to be fair like you. I think the Bidens have a similar situation, but that's after death. You know, well, you know about that, right?
No.
Well, Bo Biden, the
Right.
son that died tragically.
Yeah,
his wife went with the current remaining brother. So, but that
Hunter?
happens after death. Hunter is with Bo Biden's wife.
I know you lying to me. Wait. I didn't wait. I didn't even know that. Look, y'all are putting me on game. I ain't know none of this. I didn't know none of this. Yeah, no, it's
it's not that unusual. I mean, look.
Former Vice President.
I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say it's not that unusual. I mean, in some ways you can give grace because there was a loss there, and sometimes the familiarity,
the grieving bonding, logic,
familiarity, that can it has happened. It's not that unusual. But this other thing with Jermaine's, that also has happened where it seems to be, siblings aren't as close as they really could or should be. And there's rivalries and sometimes just deep hatred. And this stuff kind of goes on. So yeah, I don't know. I do know that the Jacksons as a standard, as an iconography, could be like the Gettys, like a family trust. And it's not. Going back to our legacy, we don't have legacy, and we're consistently, I'm talking about the culture and how we are as a people, we're constantly shepherded into this negative income thing. It's just at some point we have to be a bit more intelligent as a community. I mean, we understand there's racism, maybe not your grandfather's racism, but we have racism.
No. Sure.
And we got to come out like, look, these people are not going to change how they get down. But what can we do to move things forward to make some changes, and even how we assess these celebrities, man? I was hoping you were going to talk about the BET Awards. I can barely look at the BET Awards.
I talked about it, but I can't. BET still owe me $1,000, so I ain't really spending a whole lot of time on it. I talked about the Lauryn Hill tribute, so on and so forth. Zip, zip, zoom, zoom, you out for that. Quoting, don't take it personal as well. Again, I'm not interested in a lot of white-controlled Black awards. I'm just not. Respectfully, up to and including the NAACP Image Awards, I'm not interested. Why would I be? Because all of those things have nothing to do with us. But we continue to laud them as if they mean something to this community, and they should not.
Well, they're used to control us. The imagery is bad. Really, it's a minstrel kind of thing, if you want to be honest about it.
Certainly.
Going back many years, many decades, it seemed like people hate the term respectability politics, but it worked when you had Sidney Poitier, Shining Prince, getting his Academy Award, before Bill Cosby became what he is now, these people they just represented better. And then we can't recognize the current stream of artists compared to the Harry Belafontes and all those folks that, really sacrificed a lot, that their look, I thought, really pushed the community better. But what we're seeing now, even Tiana Taylor, I have nothing against her personally, but, I think people have started to critique the role she got an Academy Award for, where it's kind of still the same kind of sapphire, poor representation thing, and your come up is at the expense of your community. Like, you get paid, you make more money, but your community suffers because of your imagery. And we can never have that conversation. And to go into the 21st century where we have bad imagery, a select few get paid off of that, but the remainder of your community can't ride along with you, really. That's been the methodology for Black folks for decades now. And we're going into the 21st century with AI, still with this kind of thinking. It doesn't bode well for us going into the 21st century. That's all I have to say on that.
No, I'm with you, man. I appreciate you coming up. Yeah, I did not know this whole, and I'm not going to run this Bo Biden situation, but I found the fact that you planted that, brought that out, just really interesting to me. But I appreciate you stopping through Afro Nerd as always, man. Make sure everybody go ahead and follow Afro Nerd. Go ahead and plug your thing, bro.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it, brother. Black Wall Street Odds. We have the hair. Black hair is the next biotech industry video up now. Your hair that people have denigrated, and even our own have denigrated. Now others are looking into that as a biotech industry. So please check 100%. It out. All right, man.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate
so y'all
it.
make sure y'all appreciate you, fam. Thanks for coming through. I just want to say this before we roll out of here. I want people to understand. The voice 305 says, I'm not trying to have no tinfoil kufi on, but Jackson and Biden children passing away view different from me, because when Democratic children or family members get exposed, they mysteriously die. Appreciate that. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, no, I think we're not really paying attention. Like I told y'all, and normally I save this type of stuff for Freaky Friday, but y'all got me, my AUDHD done kicked in. Wait. They gave Tiana Taylor a Halle Berry award. I mean, and again, I think Tiana Taylor's dope. I'm not going to act like she's not. However, did she not do the same thing that Halle Berry did to get that Oscar? Did she not hit you with the make me feel good? Who better to get a Halle Berry award, respectfully? Not even trying to be funny, but I mean, I tried to tell y'all that. Y'all don't even know, like, because they'll put stuff right in front of your face and you won't even believe it. Like when I told y'all ages ago that NASA has been extracting melanin from folks to create sunscreen so that they can be on different planets for longer when it comes to sun exposure. But again, y'all think I'm a conspiracy theorist as opposed to a person that actually does research. But I'll run the receipts. Investigating the roles of melanin and DNA repair on adaptation and survivability of fungi in deep space. So, investigating the roles of melanin and DNA repair on adaptation or survivability on fungi in deep space will observe how different DNA repair pathways, homologous end joining, NHEJ, or homologous recombination of melanin pigmentation affects survival and adaptation of Niger to the Artemis 1 flight, because deep space is characterized by a lack of gravity and as well a lack of presence of high levels of cosmic ionizing radiation, or IR, of which major biological target is DNA. Fungi such as Niger have recently been used as models for studying the biological effects of cosmic IR, as these cells deal with DNA damage manner in a similar way to animals. Earth applications. Results to this investigation will identify novel compounds adaptive to elevated levels of radiation. These compounds are not only applicable to spaceflight, but also the bioremediation of areas on Earth with high radiation levels. Moreover, protective compounds can be used as a prophylactic to guard against UV and gamma radiation. Your melanin is worth more to you than you realize, and that's why they don't mind y'all pum-puming each other. But again, who am I? I'm just a Negro with a microphone. And again, this has been DAMN. I hope that you come through each and every day and share this with 10, 20 people, and let's keep it pushing. I really appreciate y'all being here. Love y'all to life. Thank y'all so much. I hate you so much, I'll be chill. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Get your mind right. Real talk, no fluff, no sidelines. We outside, bring the truth to the sunrise. Yeah, man, yeah, we coming at the right time. Dave Anderson, morning news. Like Hook Media. Morning media just got dangerous.